Part 1. The Origins and Evolution of Money. Imagine a world where governments no longer control money, where the decisions of central banks don't dictate the value of your savings and inflation isn't a silent thief in your wallet. That's not a fantasy. It's the future that Saifedean Ammous claims is already taking shape. In the Bitcoin Standard, Ammous makes a bold case. Bitcoin isn't just a new form of money, it's the best money humanity has ever had. To understand why, we must first go back. Long before paper bills and central banks, humans relied on barter. But barter was clunky. Trading a goat for sacks of grain or tools didn't scale. Societies needed something that held value and could be exchanged universally. That's where money began. Seashells, glass beads, salt, even cattle served as early money. But over time, precious metals emerged as the dominant form, especially gold. Why gold? It didn't rust, it was rare, but not too rare, divisible, portable, and recognized everywhere. It allowed people to store value over time and space, exactly what money should do. For centuries, civilizations thrived under monetary systems built on gold and silver, systems that encouraged savings, long-term investment, and sound economic behavior. But as trade expanded, lugging around sacks of gold became impractical. So people started depositing their gold with trusted institutions and using paper claims, what we now know as banknotes. At first, these notes were backed fully by gold, but over time, governments realized they could issue more paper than they held in gold reserves. That was the beginning of the end of the gold standard and the birth of fiat money. Part 2. The impact of unsound money on society. Once governments severed the tie between currency and gold, they gained unchecked control over the money supply. And with that power came consequences. When money can be created at will, it loses its scarcity, and with it, its ability to store value. Inflation becomes a feature of the system, not a bug. Over time, savings are punished. Holding cash becomes irrational. The result? A shift in societal behavior from long-term thinking to short-term consumption. Ammous describes this as the rise of high-time preference culture. Why save for the future when your money buys less tomorrow than it does today? Why invest in your grandchildren's future when everything is about immediate gratification? This change doesn't just affect the economy, it reshapes culture itself. Architecture shifts from enduring monuments to disposable buildings. Art becomes abstract and transient, rather than meaningful or lasting. Education and family planning become rushed, shallow, and short-sighted. People stop planning for the future because the future no longer feels secure. This erosion of foresight and discipline is the hidden cost of inflation, and it's quietly destabilizing the foundations of modern society. Part 3. The Rise of Bitcoin as Sound Money. Against this backdrop of economic distortion, Bitcoin was born. Introduced in 2009 by the mysterious Satoshi Nakamoto, it wasn't just digital cash, it was a reinvention of the monetary system itself. Bitcoin is limited, only 21 million will ever exist. No central authority can change that. No politician, no banker, no war or recession can inflate it into meaninglessness. This absolute scarcity makes Bitcoin the first form of truly sound money since gold, and in some ways even better. Unlike gold, Bitcoin is easily divisible. You can send it across the globe in minutes. You can store it on a hard drive or memorize your private key. It resists censorship, can't be counterfeited, and operates on a decentralized, transparent ledger. Its value doesn't come from government decree, but from the network that supports it. Millions of people running nodes, mining blocks, and validating transactions. Ammous argues this decentralization is what makes Bitcoin unique. It removes the need for trust because the system itself is trustless. Even if individual actors fail or governments try to interfere, the Bitcoin network remains neutral and self-sustaining. Its consensus mechanism ensures integrity without needing a central referee. And every 4 years, the supply issuance is cut in half through the halving, an event coded into the protocol that mimics natural scarcity. In short, Bitcoin is the digital reinvention of gold, but upgraded for the internet age. Part 4. Bitcoin's role in the modern economy. The implications of a monetary system built on Bitcoin are vast. For individuals in stable countries, it may seem like a novelty, even speculative. But for billions of people living under authoritarian regimes in economies plagued by inflation and corruption, Bitcoin is survival. It's access to a global economy without a bank account. It's the ability to receive payment from abroad when your government shuts off remittances. It's wealth protection in the face of collapsing currencies like the Venezuelan bolivar or the Lebanese pound. Bitcoin allows people to exit broken monetary systems without needing permission. It enables freedom of transaction and peaceful protest against economic oppression. In countries where inflation hits triple digits, Bitcoin isn't just useful, it's essential. Even in the developed world, Bitcoin offers a hedge against the creeping debasement of fiat. While central banks issue stimulus, slash rates, and monetize debt, Bitcoin remains fixed, deflationary, and global. It also promotes a shift back to low time preference, encouraging saving, patience, and long-term thinking. In Bitcoin's world, reckless spending is punished and discipline is rewarded. It's not just a technology, it's a value system. And this value system may be the antidote to our modern economic malaise. It inspires individuals to opt into a voluntary standard that rewards prudence, work, and integrity. Part 5. Challenges and the future of Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is far from universally accepted. Its volatility makes it difficult for many to treat as a stable store of value. Its energy consumption draws environmental criticism. Governments are conflicted. Some embrace it, others threaten to ban it. Yet Ammous insists these are growing pains, not death knells. Volatility is the result of a young asset finding its footing. Energy use, he argues, is not waste, but a feature. It ensures security, decentralization, and resistance to attack. In fact, Bitcoin may incentivize cleaner energy over time, as miners seek the cheapest power sources. Environmental concerns, while valid, are often misunderstood. Much of Bitcoin's mining already runs on renewable or stranded energy that would otherwise go unused. It may become one of the most efficient energy consumers in the world. Meanwhile, governments may attempt to regulate or restrict Bitcoin, but they cannot control it. The network adapts, routes around censorship, and continues validating blocks. Bitcoin is like the internet in its early days, misunderstood, underestimated, but unstoppable. The real test is whether societies are willing to adopt the responsibility that comes with monetary freedom. Bitcoin demands self-custody, discipline, and foresight. It's not for those looking for easy answers, but it may be the answer to a broken system. Conclusion: a call to sound money. Ammous doesn't suggest Bitcoin will replace all money overnight, but he makes a compelling case. For the first time in centuries, we have a real alternative to fiat, a money that isn't built on debt, coercion, or political agendas, but on scarcity, security, and time-tested principles. If history is a guide, civilizations that embrace sound money flourish. Those that don't crumble. The Bitcoin standard isn't just about cryptocurrency, it's a manifesto for a more stable, prosperous, and free world. The choice is ours. Cling to the crumbling structures of fiat finance or build something better, block by block. So ask yourself, in a world of endless money printing and vanishing trust, what standard will you choose?